What's going on, guys? And welcome back to Miles of Horror, the only channel that's gonna make you scream. Anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. Before we do anything, if you guys could hit that like button, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. You guys were digging a couple of my recent videos, so I appreciate the love. Tons of likes, tons of comments, so I appreciate y'all. Much love. We're just getting started, and today's video is something that I've been just so excited to do. A movie and an edition that I've been so excited to watch and get in the mail, and it's arrived. And I'm just gonna let it rip. I'm gonna go completely off the cuff here and talk to you guys about one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. And finally, we have a beautiful limited edition of The House of the Devil.
I can tell you like it.
I love it. It's perfect. About the deposit?
I'll agree to waive all the deposit stuff. You just give me the first month's down, we'll call it a day, all right? It's hard coming up with all that money, isn't it?
It's gonna work out.
You're not the one with $84 in her bank account and I checked her right on Monday.
You know what you should do?
Hi. I'm calling in regards to the babysitter flyer posted outside my dorm.
Just getting chills already, but I watched this baby last night and I have so much to say because if you guys aren't familiar with this movie, it is a Ti West film. Okay, X, Maxine, Pearl. Yes, the same guy. Okay, who did that trilogy, directed this masterpiece. Okay, yes, it is a masterpiece. This is a 10 out of 10 movie. I've been waiting for a release like this for what feels like an eternity. Okay, but it's been about 15 years. And I have absolutely adored this movie ever since it came out. I have the DVD from my Blockbuster, okay, from way back in the day, and this is the only copy of this movie that I own. Okay, you can literally see the Blockbuster sticker on it because this is from that old, and I have this from my Blockbuster near my house in the town that I grew up in, and this movie is so special to me, and it's like, to be honest with you, like it's very possibly in the tail end of my top 10 movies of all time. It's just outside, but it's right there. This is a movie I've been pining for this kind of a treatment for a long time. And if you're someone who's close with me and you're in my inner circle, you knew that this was a big time thing for me. I mentioned in passing and in different videos how many times that our desires and our like want list, it was always House of the Devil treatment. It was always this movie to get a top treatment and to get a limited like this, and we have it. Not only do we have it from Umbrella, but Second Sight also dropped the news that we're getting another edition from them that I believe is going to be a 4K. They haven't actually dropped that news yet, but again, if Umbrella did the Blu-ray, I think Second Sight's going to just do the 4K. They did the same thing with The Hitcher. They did the same thing with something else too. It's just the way it's been going. So House of the Devil. Okay, now again, this is the DVD. This is what I've watched this movie on for 15 years now. There was one Blu-ray release of it from MPI. It was like a bare bones release, so it was on Blu-ray. I never got it, but this is what I've been working with. But now we have it. This beautiful edition from Umbrella Entertainment. And I will say this: I'm going to take you through the actual release first, then get into the movie and all that good stuff. But before I go over the aesthetic of this and then the extras, because I watched. Other than the commentaries, I watched every extra. There are 2 featurettes on here. There's deleted scenes. I watched all of it. It's kind of, you get these editions and these limiteds, and they're awesome. And a lot of times, like, oh, I want to watch the extras. Sometimes I labor through them. I watch them because I want to be a completionist for certain films, and it's just okay. And sometimes I don't even watch the extras. A movie like this, I wanted to devour every single itty bitty thing that was in this. I didn't have a chance to watch the the commentaries, but I'm going to. And I believe there's a commentary with Ty West. Yeah, audio commentary with Ty West. I mean, I had a chance to meet Ty West at a Comic-Con in October, and I got this 8x10 signed by him, the original artwork on there. Just so you guys can see how big of a fan I truly am of this movie. And there's some Ty West sightings in both featurettes. There's some interviews with him and super young Ty West, and it's just awesome. And if you haven't seen the movie, not only does Ty West direct, but Greta Gerwig stars in this movie, who, if you're not familiar, directed freaking Barbie. So there's just, cast wise and the main actress in this, I forgot her name. She's famous. What's her name? I'll get back to you on that. I forgot her real name, but she is fantastic. And one of the things they talk about in the featurettes is that and in the booklet too. I read the booklet. Oh my goodness, guys, so much good information. One of the things that Ty West mentioned was that he didn't want to just do a genre piece. He wanted it to feel like you were actually in the early 80s, and he does just that. Everything is done so meticulously, with such precision, and this movie is a masterpiece, truly. But anyway, I'm gonna get into that in just a few minutes. Let me take you through 2009, because this movie came out all the way back in 2009, guys. So just a couple, some of the movies that came out in 2009. 2009 was a pretty decent year for horror. Nothing that's like, like landmark bombshell. There's one movie on here that there's a couple really good movies that came out in 2009. You started to see a little bit of an uptick, away from the J horror stuff, and you started to get more like, more of the grunge back in horror a little bit, and more of like the kind of like niche stories. I feel like studios were pitching more like outrageous things, so that there was kind of like a niche market for it, and then it obviously has been rising since then. But I think that was the start of like the re-rise of horror. So you had Birdemic, which I haven't seen those, but I know Severin did that release. You have the Children of the Corn remake, The Collector, Coraline, which is very popular and famous. The Descent 2, I never saw that one. Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, which is fantastic. I have the 4K from Scream Factory. I love, love, love Drag Me to Hell. Justin Long. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. You have The Final Destination. You have Friday the 13th, 09, which I love, guys. Friday the 13th, 09 is fantastic. Just pure fun, guys. I love 09. You have Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which is not my cup of tea. I saw it once in the theater, and I thought it was a piece of trash. I love his first one. I thought the first one was excellent. You have The Haunting in Connecticut. You have The House of the Devil, of course. You have The Human Centipede. You have Hush. You have the Intruder remake. You have Jennifer's Body. I mean, this was a pretty decent year for horror. Just Drag Me to Hell, House of the Devil, and Jennifer's Body alone, like, that is pretty solid. Those are three big titles in my like pantheon of movies that I love. You had My Bloody Valentine 3D, which ruled. I saw that in the theater with this girl, Jenny Ing is her name. We saw it in the theater, I believe. Jenny Ing. We saw it together. And yeah, like I just so vividly, I don't even remember who I saw it with. I think it was Jenny Ing, maybe. Whatever. We saw it, and like in the first scene, like there's like a 3D eyeball popping through the head. Anyway, you had The Orphan, you had Satanic Panic, the Sorority Row remake, you had Splice. So guys, pretty decent year for horror overall, to be honest with you. A couple bangers in there, including House of the Devil. So it was an interesting year for horror. It wasn't bad at all. It was a pretty decent year for horror. But my favorite, Jennifer's Body is a close second, but my favorite movie of that year was undoubtedly House of the Devil, guys. And so we got this beautiful release from Umbrella Entertainment. Now, if you do have an interest in picking this up, this is an edition of 1,500. Umbrella does super limiteds. I strongly recommend you acting quick. If you go to the Second Sight website, I'm going to show you real quick. It is still available. Okay, but like I said, what Umbrella does, and this is important to understand, is they'll do a pre-order, okay, and however many pre-orders they get, they'll like round up a couple hundred. Okay, so it'll be like, let's say they got like 1,100 pre-orders. They'll round up to 1,500, and they'll be like, okay, that's how many we have available. And then once that goes, it goes. So they get a couple extras for people who didn't get in the pre-order, and then that's it. So if you look back, if you go to their back catalog for Umbrella, everything's sold out because it's all like limited like this. So if you are interested in getting it, I strongly recommend you act now. I tell everybody when it comes to Umbrella stuff, act now because their stuff just sells out. It's just plain and simple. But anyway, when they first dropped this news, I wasn't that big on the artwork, to be honest with you. I thought turquoise was a very weird color to choose for this movie. It's almost like if you picked like the one color that like wouldn't work. It's probably like pink, but then after that, it's like House of the Devil. It's like turquoise. I don't really know why they chose turquoise. And I was kind of like bullish on it. I didn't really see it, but I do dig it in person because I think the fact that they used the original font was a nice touch. So it grew on me. It's still not my favorite, but I still think it's pretty cool. I think that they did a good job. Again, keeping that aesthetic of the font, and in person, the turquoise kind of works. It's cool. I would have like killed for this, like this original artwork, and maybe Second Sight's release will have this. And I fully plan on double dipping and getting that release, especially if it's a 4K. Hopefully we get some new extras on that. But I know I when I talked to Ty West at Comic-Con, he said he did an interview for them. So I'm pretty sure that there is going to be a new interview with Ty West on that disc. So it's got to be a 4K, which is sweet. So I'll be getting that for show. But there you have the aesthetic. And the back is really cool. Actually, just saw that for the first time because I had the J card on. Anyway, so that's the aesthetic of the box. When you take it out, there's a bunch of things in here. Okay, so first and foremost, you have the slipcover. Okay, I really like the art on the slipcover. Really cool. Okay, and then you have this is sick. Talk on the phone, finish your homework, watch TV, die. It's pretty badass. That silhouette. I keep forgetting the main character's name. Why do I keep doing that? Samantha, that's right. And her name is Jocelyn Donahue. Yes, her name's Jocelyn Donahue, and her best friend is I think Megan's her name. Her best friend is played by Greta Gerwig, who is fantastic in this movie. Like she steals the show, and there's a really cool deleted scene with Greta Gerwig and the main character, and they're on the phone, and it was really funny. Anyway, so the main character Samantha right there, who does a bang up job. I think this is her debut movie. A really cool artwork on there. And then on the actual disc, you have that original artwork. So, I mean, that was a nice touch, and I'm very glad they did that. I would have been upset if I didn't get this anywhere. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then you have the, the disc art on the inside with the same reversible slip art. But I'm glad they did the original art on the disc. And then you get that poster. Okay, which I absolutely love the original artwork, but I already have it in 8x10, so I don't think I'm going to get this framed. I don't think, because I already have it, but it's still a nice touch. If I didn't have that 8x10, I would definitely get this framed. I love, love, love this artwork. So, just a couple things aesthetic-wise that you get. Let's see if I can do this in one shot with the slipcover. Nope, not the first shot. Second shot? There you go. All right, not so bad. Sometimes these things take me forever. And you get the art cards, which I'm going to do this in real time right now. I saved it for you guys. That's just the kind of host that I am. So you got the art cards right here. So first, right off the bat, you have that original artwork. Get this off. You have that original artwork poster, art card. You have the newly commissioned artwork. Take this out. Art card. I'm literally gonna do this in real time. Okay, I'm seeing these as you see them. Greta Gerwig, who's by the way a total babe. Like she is very sexy in this movie. And she's like a really fun character. Megan's her name. There you have one of the owners of the house. Then you have the other owner of the house. There's a really cool interview with this dude in the extras. Really cool to see him in a different light. Then you have this beautiful still of Samantha in the hallway. Really cool. Then you have Samantha like with her little beanie on and her headphones. Oh, guys, this movie is 10 out of 10, straight up. Then you have just the vibe of it. Oh, then it goes back to the new art on the slipcover and back to this. So you get the art cards. People rip on the art cards. I think they're kind of cool. I love seeing these things. I don't do much with them, but I still think they're cool. I'd rather have them than not have them. And then you get the booklet, which I read the majority of this thing last night. Really cool art on the booklet. And it's just awesome, guys. I read most of this. There's really cool essays and information in here. Really cool stills. So that's the aesthetic part. Let me put these over here. Really, really cool aesthetic. Now let's get into the movie itself. Now, if you've seen this movie, you know, like, that this is a masterpiece. I don't need to. I feel like this movie needs no introduction. People who haven't seen it don't understand it, but the people that have seen it, like, I haven't met anybody that's like, oh, that movie sucks. But I have to tell you, when I spoke to Ty West at the convention, I told him, like, listen, I am so happy for you and all your success because I'm glad people are recognizing you for a brilliant director, because I've been a huge fan of yours since House of the Devil, but it finally took this trilogy to really to kind of explode him. But to be honest, guys, like, we might have peaked already in 2025. It has potential to be my favorite release of the year. House of the Devil is a masterpiece horror movie. Okay. The precision and pace of which this movie goes is masterful. Okay. It's utterly masterful. And the reveals, the score, and the foreshadowing are done with, truly, and I mean this when I say it, utter perfection. The movie is like jab, 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 massive right hook, and then it keeps jabbing. When I say massive right hook, like, there's a scene in the middle of the movie that will just knock your dick off. All right, sorry for the vulgarity, but it's just such a punch. It's such a knockout blow, and you have no choice but to get back up and keep taking these little jabs, and then it delivers this ending that is a just knockout punch that you just can't really get up from. It hits so hard, and the movie is, again, it's precise, and it's a tone movie. It's a mood movie. It's very Hitchcockian. The soundtrack and the music which is used is surgically precise. Okay, it's used as a tool to get in your mind, and as every single piece of dialogue matters. This movie is just fantastic. There's so much foreshadowing and little things in this movie that matter, and it keeps me coming back watching it over and over and over. And if you know nothing about the movie, basically Samantha it moves into she's trying to move into a new apartment. Her roommate's a mess, and she has big problems with her, and she finds a place, and it's $300 a month, and she's strapped for cash. So she sees a babysitter needed sign, and she takes one of the things, and it turns out they want this elderly couple want her to babysit someone. It's not a big reveal, but they want her to babysit someone, and so she goes, and things are a little unusual, but they offer her a lot of money, and so Megan drives her, and yada yada. So that's basically the premise of the movie, and it's her experience in this house babysitting. And guys, it's just a movie that is all time. It is all time good. I wish Ty West got more recognition for this movie because it is, like I said, a masterpiece. I absolutely adore this movie, and if you haven't seen it, guys, do yourself a favor. Please go check it out. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you other than it's really in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. If not my top 10, it's just outside. So this movie gets a yeah, baby from me.
Yeah, baby.
I can't stress enough how much I recommend you guys check this out. So please do that. If you guys could hit that like button, please subscribe to my channel. I'm blown away by this release from Umbrella Entertainment. The aesthetic ended up being really, really cool for me. And so go check it out, guys. House the Devil. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you've seen this one. I would love to talk more about this movie because I feel like, yes, people have seen it, but it doesn't get talked about a lot. I don't know. Like, I feel like when people talk Ty West, it's Maxine, Pearl X, and rightfully so. Those are great movies. And again, I'm so glad for Ty West for all the success. But I want to talk House of the Devil. I'm sick of the trilogy. Let's go old school Ty West. Also, by the way, again, with the extras, there's 2 featurettes. And it's so banging to see Ty West, young Ty West, directing. You can see how precise he is and his style, and he's just a cool dude. One of my favorite horror celebrities I've met, and I've met a bunch. Ty West, if you see this, thank you for being an awesome dude. He was so down to earth. We were talking horror movies and all that stuff. And again, he did tell me he did an interview for Second Sight. So anyway, that's that. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Hit me up in the comments, guys. Let's talk House of the Devil. And I'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.